All right. Good morning, Jack Carter here on UK Pulse. Grab a brew, get comfy, and if you're sitting in your shed with a telly off, perfect. Today, we're ripping the roof off a bit of nonsense. Apparently, the left has decided that reality itself is racist. Yeah, you heard me. Reality. Racist. Stick around.
Morning, Jack. Morning, everyone. Luke Thompson here. We're going to take a look at some real cases, policing tech, AI, the whole shebang, and try to separate what's actually biased from what people are calling biased because they don't like the answers.
Good, because let's start with the Essex story. Real quick recap for those who missed it. Essex Police rolled out live facial recognition to scan crowds against existing watch lists. You know, people already wanted by courts, on bail, or identified as suspects. Result? The system flagged a higher proportion of black faces than white faces. Outcry, headlines, biased tech, and then a pause in use. Right, Luke, that's the headline, but the story beneath it? Messy.
Right. The crucial point people miss is how LFR systems operate. They don't cast a net and say, "You look suspicious." They match incoming faces against a pre-existing database. If a watch list contains a disproportionate number of people from a particular demographic, then yes, matches will reflect that. It's a base rate issue. That doesn't automatically prove the algorithm is secretly racist.
Exactly. It's not the camera with an attitude problem. It's the watch list. If the list itself mirrors real-world arrest records, and if for whatever reason those records overrepresent certain groups, well, then the mirror shows that. You can't smash the mirror and blame the reflection. You'd think that's obvious, but apparently not.
To be balanced, Jack, there are legitimate worries. Algorithms can amplify bias if they're trained on skewed data, and oversight is essential. But what happened in Essex wasn't a simple case of a broken AI. It was the system doing what it was designed to do: flag matches to the watch list. The debate should be about the watch list, policing practices, and transparency, not reflexively calling the tech racist and switching it off.
And I'll tell you what grinds my gears. Politicians and pundits who'd rather make a virtue of shutting effective tools than face uncomfortable facts. If knife crime or certain types of offending are higher in particular areas or groups, the right answer is policing and prevention, not a virtue signal pause that leaves victims on the floor. You can't have safety for some and feelings for others.
Exactly. There's also an accountability angle. If a tool helps police catch repeat offenders quicker, that's a public safety gain. But we need audits, clear thresholds for use, and public reporting so people can see whether the tech is producing false positives or unfair outcomes. Shutting it down outright is throwing away data that could improve things.
You see that? Luke's saying audits. I'm saying don't chuck the baby out with the bathwater. Meanwhile, the loud voices on the left would rather call the facts racist than fix the systems that produce the facts in the first place. It's like finger-pointing is their national pastime.
And that connects to the AI debate. Let's talk Grok for a minute, XAI's model that the papers have been calling non-woke. Jack, you've been having fun with this one.
Oh, mate, I love it. Grok just says things without the whole lecture. You ask it about crime rates, immigration figures, or police stop and search stats, and it gives you the cold numbers. No moralizing, no softeners. It's like, finally, an AI that's been down the working men's club with the rest of us. The laugh loses their minds because it doesn't dress reality up in a cardigan and explain it away. The left loses their minds because it doesn't dress reality up in a cardigan and explain it away.
There's a trade-off, though. Models that refuse to soften answers may produce blunt statements that cause harm if misinterpreted. But at the same time, sanitizing data so heavily that it no longer reflects observable patterns is just as dangerous. People need truthful, contextualized answers, not censorship by well-meaning curators.
Spot on. And look, I'm not saying toss nuance out the window. I'm saying stop pretending the only reason a dataset shows more at X than Y is because some mysterious algorithm hates them. Sometimes, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, reality has patterns, and we should be able to talk about them. Newsflash, acknowledging a pattern doesn't make you a monster.
Right. Take stop and search, for example. Higher stop and search rates for certain groups can be a product of policing tactics, socio-economic factors, or higher offending rates in certain areas. Each explanation has different policy responses. If the conversation is shut down by declarations of racist intent, you lose the opportunity to evaluate what works to reduce crime.
This is what I mean by thought crime. Notice a pattern. Done. Call you racist. Point out a correlation. Cancelled. We've reached a point where the preferred response to uncomfortable numbers is to erase them from public tools. It's not just lazy, it's dangerous.
And it creates perverse incentives. If police or researchers fear career suicide for publishing inconvenient findings, they'll bury data or avoid research topics. That hurts victims, the very people these policies claim to protect. Transparency and discussion should be the remedy, not censorship.
You know what's funny? The same people who chant diversity and inclusion loudly will quietly back away when a dataset says something that contradicts their comfort. They'll lecture about systemic bias, and then, what? Refuse to look at the system that produced the bias. Hypocrisy, Luke. Pure hypocrisy.
There's also the media angle. Big outlets love a headline about biased AI because it's dramatic. But the nuance that an algorithm can reflect a biased set of human decisions or reflect real criminal patterns doesn't fit the narrative. So nuance gets squeezed out. That's why independent audits and clear public communication matter.
You know what I say to that, Luke? Absolute bollocks. If reality's racist, then I'm racist, you're racist, the rain's racist. Come on. It's a dodge. It's a way to avoid fixing things. If you don't like the result of a tool, fix the inputs, change enforcement, run training, but don't label the result as evil and walk away.
You know what I say to that, Luke? Quick interruption. Sometimes the fear of misuse is genuine. Tools can be deployed badly or without consent. Communities deserve protections. But protections don't mean giving up on evidence. They mean governing the tools properly so they're used fairly and effectively.
Fair. And I hear that. Gimme governance, not gesturing. Listen, listeners, this is where we need you. If you're a copper, a shopkeeper, a mum who's seen patterns in your community and been told to be quiet, we want your stories. Send them in. We'll put them up. We'll ask the questions others are too polite to ask.
And if you're worried about civil liberties, tell us why. We want the best arguments, because the worst outcome is a binary. Either scrub reality until it's useless, or let unregulated tech run wild. There's a middle path: oversight, proper audit trails, and public debate.
Exactly. Don't let the pundits tell you it's racist for the world to be inconvenient. Stand up, ask for the data, demand honesty. If something's biased, fix it. If something's true, even if it's uncomfortable, deal with it like an adult.
Next week, we'll dig into the migrant hotel revelations, how reporting, statistics, and official secrecy intersect. There are lessons about transparency and accountability there, too.
That's a cracker. We'll bring receipts, we'll bring people who've lived it, and we'll tell the truth, whether it makes you squirm or cheers. Right, quick housekeeping. Like, share, subscribe to UK Pulse. Send in your stories, text, email, voice notes. We want to hear the reality you see on street level.
Follow us on socials if you want clips and the data dumps we mention. We'll post sources and a short explainer about LFR and Grok for those who want the deep dive.
All right, to the lefty columnists, the diversity consultants, and the policy wonks pretending the sky is racist, stop rewriting the country because you don't like the grammar. Deal with actual problems, not feelings about numbers. And to you lot listening, keep your heads, keep asking questions, and don't bow down to censorship of facts.
We'll be back next week with more. Until then, remember, evidence matters, context matters, and citizens have a right to both.
This is Jack Carter, UK Pulse, no filter, no fear, Britain first. UK Pulse, no filter, no fear, Britain first. See you next week.